back with another video. In this video, we're gonna talk about Stefon Diggs' brother, Stefon Diggs, settling out of court with his accuser, Christopher Blake Griffiths. No, something is wrong with Stefon Diggs and his family. Something is seriously wrong with Stefon Diggs and his family. Because what are the chances that the concierge guy got beaten up after Stefon Diggs accused him of stealing his Ferrari, which the guy is now suing for because Stefon Diggs made false allegations against him. Stefon Diggs got him beaten up, he said, and he said when he was getting beat up by Stefon Diggs' goons, Stefon Diggs' brother was there watching the entire thing go down. And what are the chances that Stefon Diggs had given this concierge guy a lot of gifts, expensive gifts, and then after the Ferrari got stolen, he sent back for the gifts. Yes, that's what Stefon Diggs did. So, Stefon Diggs hired this concierge guy to move his Ferrari from Massachusetts to I think Miami, then New York, or New York, then Miami. The guy got the car to all two destinations. So it was in one area for a while, then on to Stefon Diggs' next area. This is what the guy does. He has a established business and he's good at what he does. But when the Ferrari got to its final destination, it went missing. The guy filed a police report. The police report, they discovered that the Ferrari was stolen by a third party. And once you hear third party, in that case, you know it's like a dealer or someone that has to do with parts, right? But that's a third party that sells Ferrari or the parts. But the police did not find the concierge guy to be even remotely involved. But Stefon Diggs started telling people that the concierge guy could not be trusted and the concierge guy stole his car. Now, after Diggs did that, the concierge guy said it ruined his business. And after his business got ruined, Stefon Diggs did not stop there, honey. Stefon Diggs sent his goons to beat up the concierge guy. He was at a club and he was pounced upon by Stefon Diggs' goons. And he said Stefon Diggs' brother was in the club, and because he thought that, okay, at least there has to be some kind of affiliation or something wherein Stefon Diggs' brother, let me back up. So, when the concierge guy was getting beaten up in the club by Stefon Diggs' goon, he thought that Stefon Diggs' brother would have said something or stopped them, like this is our old pal, but he realized that Stefon Diggs' brother was in on it, allegedly he said, and chances are Stefon Diggs' brother was the one who was communicating with the goons, telling the goons, okay, he's at this club, he's wearing this and he's wearing that. So that's what the concierge guy assumed, right? So the case is in court. Now, what are the chances that Christopher Blake, the guy who accused Stefon Diggs of roofing him, was beaten up by Stefon Diggs' brother after he told Stefon Diggs he wasn't feeling that way? Stefon Diggs and his goons accused Christopher Blake of stealing things from him, and then Stefon Diggs' brother attacked Christopher Blake. Christopher Blake filed a lawsuit against Stefon Diggs' brother and the apartment complex, and now Stefon Diggs' brother has settled out of court with Christopher Blake. And there's a creator who did a video talking about Stefon Diggs being guilty, because she's saying ain't no way people around you are always getting beaten up, getting assaulted, and now here's your brother settling out of court, which means that your ass is guilty of something. You ain't no saint out here. Stefon Diggs is gonna comment on her video saying something along the lines of things aren't what they appear to be, or he's not as guilty as it appears to be, or some nonsense to that effect, right? Why are you commenting on people's page? At this point in time, you and your family are problematic. You're guilty of something. What are you guilty of? Because why is your brother settling out of court with your accuser, Christopher Blake? And this case is not tied to Stefon Diggs' case. No, it's not. So Stefon Diggs' case with Christopher Blake is still ongoing. And I said to you guys that they all lied on Mila, and they did. Everyone collected their pretty penny. But because Mila did not have the money to get herself that good attorney to fight her battle for her, and because Mila does not know how to seek proper representation, but I guarantee you, if Mila should spin the block, she can't lose. And I hope that Mila spins the block. I hope Mila spins the block with that case. I hope so, because people need to understand that this Stefon Diggs guy is the same thing as Cardi B. They love to beat up people, and they love to bully people, and if they can't have their way with people, they start having a crash out on the internet. And this is why Stefon Diggs is not going to change. You know why? He has his mama who was twerking on him. Mama Diggs the enabler. Anywhere you see a horrible mom, anywhere you see a horrible man, there's a horrible mom putting up with that behavior. And if that guy doesn't have a horrible mommy, he has a horrible sister enabling that behavior. And I want you guys to check this logic for yourselves. Anywhere there's a man who loves to abuse women, loves to grape them, or loves to assault children, anytime you see these people that love to prey upon women, you bet your ass it's either their mother or their sister has been attacking everyone for their brother. Even if their brother is wrong, their brother is never wrong. Even if their son is wrong, their son is never wrong. And because these people have been fostering these bad behaviors in these individual festers, and they become monsters over time, because either a mother is there enabling the behavior, a grandmother, or a sister. So by the time that this person gets older, and because there's no one holding them accountable for the shit that they have been doing, every time they do someone wrong, or every time they do something wrong, it's either the mother who protects them and goes at war with other people in their defense, or a sister that protects them and goes to war with everyone in their defense. That time, this disgusting mother, you know what, has been guilty. But because no one has been standing up to them to let them know, hello, what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is not right, their behavior is strengthened. Okay, so We saw Stefon Diggs' mom twerking on him, right? And we all saw that. And I believe we all saw that by this time. Diggs' mama was twerking on him. And when we said that Diggs' mama was twerking on him and it is inappropriate, Bird Nation wanted to tell us that that did not happen, irrespective of the fact that we all witnessed it happening, right? We saw it with our eyes and we all know what we all witnessed, right? But no, Bird Nation wanted to tell us it never happened when it did happen. So by that, I believe that you guys can see, like, when there are enablers behind these men, they only get worse. We have one Diggs brother who has been in problems with the police, drugs. He was in the NFL, just the same, drugs, abuse, getting into fights, and he has ruined his career and reputation. Stefon Diggs and Derez is walking down the same path. Stefon Diggs, not so much, but he still has assault claims. Derez has assault claims just the same. What's wrong with this family, right? Some families are so messed up. There has to be at least one good person there, because I know in every messed up family, there's at least one person, and if that person doesn't know how to take themselves out of the family, completely cut ties with the family and everyone, that person is going to get trapped in that family curse. So there has to be always at least one conscious individual who says they're going to break whatever generational curse is going on here. And for them to break that generational curse that is going on there, they're going to have to first curse out the entire family, set boundaries, move to a whole nother state, if possible, change their name, if possible, and just live a life away from the family and never ever speak to them again. So I do believe there's at least one decent human being in the family, and that decent human being is living under the radar, trying their best to be anonymous, and wants to be anonymous because they don't want to be caught up in this family toxic mess, this toxicity that is going on here. The worst thing that can ever happen to some people is money. And evidently, this family is one primary example of such. Money seems to be one of the worst things and you're telling me that Cardi B sat down in a corner somewhere and said that she was going to leave her marriage for this mess. And then you're telling young ladies that it's a woman who cannot think consciously at some point to say, this doesn't serve me or my children because I deserve better as a human being. So, because everyone is blind to an extent, but at some point in time, I believe that we all should get over that blindness and see things for what they are and say, I am out of this mess. I am out of here. This is not for me. I don't love the drama that is going on here. This drama doesn't serve me. And it's time for me to move on with my life. But Cardi B is fighting to be a part of the mess because she is messy too. And that's just how it is. She is a messed up individual, just like Stefon Diggs and his brother. So she fits in nicely at home. But can you imagine her painting her husband on the internet to be such a villain? And now, are you guys realizing that when I said to you, it's gonna slowly reveal itself to you all that Offset is not as bad as Cardi B has been telling us? You guys see it now, right? And you can't tell me that you're not seeing it, because we see Offset out here fighting for women's protection. We see women getting beaten, getting assaulted, and Offset stepping in and say, you don't put your mother hands on women, right? We all saw that. So Cardi B left that for someone that puts their hands on women. If she's at home, stay right at home, honey. Now, I want to go into the details of the lawsuit just to give you guys some more legal background into exactly what happened as best as it is being reported, right? So, this came out July 12th. So, it's a combination of reports from court documents and media outlets. They're saying the legal dispute involving Christopher Blake Griffiths and NFL player Stefon Diggs' brother, Derez Diggs, stems from a broader, highly contentious legal battle that began with a May 2023 incident, as per India Times. And they say, here is a breakdown of the case involving Derez Diggs and how it connects to Christopher Griffiths, okay? Then they say, the conflict originated from an alleged attack on May 29, 2023. Christopher Griffith, not Griffiths, but Griffith, a stylist and online influencer, claimed he was cornered and jumped by Derez Diggs and two other men near his apartment building elevator in Los Angeles. So, Griffith alleged that the attack was an attempt by Derez and other men to forcefully steal his phone and over $100,000 worth of property, because remember, he's a designer. He has worked with a few brands and a few celebrities. He's good at what he does. Griffith asserted the phone contained critical digital evidence tied to a separate ongoing sexual battery allegation he had made against Stefon Diggs. And as you guys know, a few days ago, Griffith stirred over 200 pages of communication between him and Stefon Diggs. That's no friendship. That's deeper than friendship, in my opinion. And so too does the internet thinks, right? They're saying Griffith stated that the assault left him with severe physical injuries, including a traumatic brain injury, a torn meniscus, fractures to his leg and ankle. So they did a number on this guy. But this guy ain't nobody's fool, because, honey, in this time, if someone attacks you and you're gonna fight back, you're gonna fight back to either kill their asses or you're gonna fight back to survive so you can sue their asses later. You don't let people attack you in 2026 and you not sue. After you're done fighting back, if you decide to leave them alive, ensure that you kill them legally. Because if you don't, they're gonna see you as some weak link and they're gonna want to come back for you. And if you don't make an example out of people, they're gonna keep coming for you. So as such, you need to cover all grounds and ensure that your ass is protected. And that is what Christopher did. And guess what? He won. He won. He may not have won the fight, but like hell, he's sitting a few millions prettier, because his case was so damn good that Derez Diggs had to settle out of court with Christopher. When you hear someone suing someone, so Christopher sued Stefon Diggs' brother. So Christopher had to. So, as I was saying, honey, If you see a shadow over my face, it's just the position of the light, my computer desk and everything, okay? It's not a ghost or anything like that. I know. So, right? So, they decided that they were bad. They weren't thinking about the law, you see. They were thinking that, do you know how people will pick on people all the days of their life, and then one day, God says, I'm gonna let you pick on the right one, not the wrong one. So, this was Darius Diggs. God said on that day, I'm gonna let you pick on the right one, not the wrong one. You're gonna pick on the right one, right? So he picked on Christopher, and Christopher was like, okay, I gotta do the Lord's work. $10 million civil lawsuit against Darius and the LA apartment complex where the incident happened, because when you're at an apartment, right, and especially those LA apartments, in case you guys don't know, honey, you have to be in your money to be living at those apartments, especially Christopher's apartment. You got to be in your bag. You got to be in your cream, okay? You got to be rubbing shoulders with the elites and the A-list and all of that. So based on the apartment that he was living at, they should provide security. They should ensure that if someone is going up to someone's apartment, the person knows you're coming to them. But evidently there was a breach of security. How does a breach of security take place at these apartments? Someone damn greedy collecting money and not thinking that because your ass is so greedy, you are about to cost someone their life. You don't care about the person's life that you're gonna cost with your greedy ass self. You just care about your damn greedy ass self. So Christopher was like, in case this apartment complex doesn't care, why the heck should I care? $10 million. I want $10 million, right? So, you know that $10 million is a lot. So, in mid-2026 is June, right? In the middle of the year, June. Court documents confirm that Christopher Griffith officially settled and dropped the $10 million lawsuit against Darius Diggs, because this does not look good for Darius, who was recently kicked from the NFL too, like his brother, right? And they're both looking to get signed. And can you imagine one person is whipping your brother's ass in court already, because Christopher has been whipping Stefon Diggs' ass in court back to back and has been making solid points. Stefon Diggs' attorney and his attorneys over there crying, oh my God, because of his salacious claim against my client has lost significant income for 2025. For 2025, 2026. And Christopher was like, how come? When it has been your best year yet. You need to show me where you lost the money, how much you lost, and I'll double it and give it back to you. Because Christopher ain't nobody's fool, honey. Christopher ain't who? Nobody's fool. But you see, Christopher is like me. I love when people underestimate my gifts and my talents that I've accumulated over the years. You know, like Liam Neeson would say, over the past couple of years, I have acquired some gifts and some talents that have been afford me to do some extraordinary things. And I guarantee you, with these extraordinary gifts and talents that I have, that you don't know that I have, you won't be able to defeat me. So Christopher pulled out his Liam Neeson and he was like, I have some extraordinary gifts and talents. And two of those are He knows how to win a case. Well, not actually two, but quite a few. Christopher knew how to win a case against a powerful celebrity because he has been rubbing shoulders with powerful celebrities. And I'm going to tell you another thing that many people tend to forget. You see, some people think they're slick and they think they're smart, and that's Stefon Diggs. He thinks he's slick. He thinks he's smart. He thinks he's the shit when he ain't the fart. Because Griffiths knows that everyone has an enemy. No matter how bad you think you are, you have an enemy that is waiting on an opportunity to get rid of you. And that is what happened to Diddy. Why Cassie was able to pull such a A-class move on Diddy, because Diddy had forgotten that he had created a list of enemies. So that's Stefon Diggs. But who knows this better? Christopher. And who has money? Christopher. And who is using common sense? Christopher. Who knew he didn't need to be the brightest crayon in the box to win this lawsuit? Christopher. And who has been winning? Christopher. Christopher has been winning. I love Christopher. I love Christopher because I love when someone thinks that because they have money and because they are a celebrity, they can just do things to people and get away with it. And when the right person steps in and say, no, you're not going to mess with this one. Not with me, you ain't. Not with me, you ain't. You know? So Christopher was like, not with me, you ain't. And Christopher was like, oh, and to my apartment building, I'm coming for you too. I'm coming for you too. And Christopher came for everyone. And like hell did he won. I love this. I feel like I won too. I feel like I've won a few $1 million myself. I love a good happy ending. I love a damn good happy ending. So, kudos to Christopher for anchoring this one with one of the Diggs brothers. And ain't no doubt, based on how he has been hitting Stefon Diggs' ass over there, he's winning that too. So, jokes on you, boo. Jokes on you. So, lengthy video, but it makes sense. It has all the details. And as per usual, honey, I love the theatrics. I love the theatrics. I love when a bully gets couple doses of their own medicine in such a damn good legal way that they have no coming back from that. Can you imagine? Now the internet has more to say about you and the guy that you sexually assaulted, because you know what the internet is now gonna say? Oh my God, the guy that Stefon Diggs sexually assaulted has won the lawsuit against his brother. His brother was forced to settle out of court. You're gonna have to live with that shit for the rest of your life. Good luck getting signed. He is gonna get signed because he's talented. May take a while, but he's not gonna, no team is gonna keep him. No team wants that mess. No team wants that mess, okay? No team wants that Diggs family mess. But let me know what you guys think, and we can talk some more in the comment section. Peace.